Okay, this is Shamisha, and yeah, you've got most of the pieces in there. You're doing a lot of this differently from the way I showed it, and I'd encourage you to use the techniques I've shown, and then from there you can always add and augment in your own way. But rather than just adding edges and showing smooth preview, I was using bevel, to be able to control the shape and the edge. This one's got a lot of extra weird surfaces going on here, so I think that is looking a little problematic. It's like you sort of get away with it in smooth preview, but here it looks kind of weird. And there's this kind of ridge in there from all those extra edges. So again, I would just sort of stick with the way I'm doing it. And again, here you've put in a lot of extra little edges, but don't have the bevel that you have explicit control over. This one you do have a bevel, but it's just really small. Sometimes you can adjust this after the fact, but other times when you try to do that, it'll mess up. This time it's fine. So here, again, there is a bevel, but I don't know how it's going to deal with it now that you split afterwards. Let's see. Is it going to freak out? No, it's not freaking out. Too bad. And then these, I don't know why they have so many extra edges on this. It's unnecessary. Subdivisions height, we can just put that at 1, and subdivisions caps, well, put that at 1. And this actually I would leave at 20, which is the default, so it's smooth and round. So I don't know why you changed all those, but then after you do that, you'll want to select these edges and bevel, Control B, adjust the fraction and the segments on that, like so, and yeah, get these a little bit more centered. And again, why the extra edges like this and this, shift right mouse click, delete edge. So this one, Control B for bevel, and then we have control over the shape of that. So, and yeah, this is very different from how I did it, and what you'll want is a cube, because it's a little more cube shaped, and I kind of pulled in some of the edges from the cube. I think this one's very big. I would scale that down. These are different from how I did it. You've used a cylinder, but I use a cube and did a series of bevels, again, to get a control over the shape. Just compare the way I did it, where I'm just going to get, kind of rough here, the size. But first I selected the corners, 1, 2, 3, 4, Control, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, Control B for bevel, and I'll increase the fraction, actually, increase the segments, something like that, and then I'll grab the top edges here, Control select to deselect the side ones there, Control B for bevel, and again compare this shape to what you have here. And you can see that this kind of shape is closer to the reference than what you've come up with there. And yeah, this needs its bevel, so you select the appropriate edges there. Oh, you've got a couple things on top of each other here, so you're going to want to get rid of one of those. And it looks like you have some kind of, some extra splits here. Again, I wouldn't add those. I would just do the shift right mouse click delete edge. I would just do the bevels. So select all the appropriate edges and do the bevels, like this one, shift double click, this one, double click, whoops. Oops. And that one, and this and these, and that, and this and these. I think that's all of them. Control B for bevel, just the segments, and you can round that one out too. So yeah, so and the bevels along that edge and this edge. You'll want the hands are looking pretty small. I might, and again, use bevel and not the extra edge thing. You've got an extra surface here somehow. Yeah, maybe some extra. No, yeah, again, you have all these extra edges, which isn't really the way to go. And yeah, there's an extra surface there. So a lot of things to clean up. And again, what I would say is, if you could just do things, follow along the way I'm doing them in the module, because it's designed so that we're not just, it's not, the end goal is not just to have a robot. The end goal is to have to use those tools, so you've gotten used to a certain tool set that you can apply to anything later, rather than just, you know, and then by all means, if you want to add additional detail or improve it, please do. But I think start out by just doing it the way I do it, and then if you want to augment it or change it after the fact, you can do that then.